What is up, YouTube? So, it's been a while since we were working on this dubstep song, and this is going to be the last one in the series. So, part 5, we're going to go into the structuring I just did, which is by all means not the only structure you could do. This is just what I kind of felt this song needed. So, that's what I did. That's what structuring is. You arrange your elements the way the song is needed. Then we got changes. So I'm going to explain what I would change from here to here and what this section is and stuff like that. I'm going to explain all the little changes that you should be looking out for and tweaking to your song. And last but not least, we will do a quick little mix and master. And if we have not yet hit the 10-minute mark, I will actually start working on the song and doing some tweaks and stuff. But this is basically it, guys. Like, anything else that you would want to do to a song is up to you guys. There's no point in me teaching you. Like, you guys are the creative ones. But the general knowledge, structure, elements, this is what goes into it. And I hope you guys learned from this little mini series. In the future, we will be doing a full in-depth course over on Udemy, which right now we are putting up a free Ableton course on Udemy, so keep an eye out for that. But we will go into more details and all that good stuff. But for this little series, it was a how-to, and from here on, you could either take this project, tweak it into your own song, or just learn what we went through in the series and apply them to your own songs. So let's get into this. So the structure, I believe we were here on the last video. And from here, what I did was duplicated everything over. So I copied this, hit Control D, and that gave me this. Except the intro little piece is now a break from the drop and the middle 8. And what the middle 8 is like change up the writing. It could either be the drums, it could be the notes, it could be both, but it gives a good, like, same feel but new vibe. People are vibing out, you know, and then all of a sudden we get back into the build, and then when that drop comes around, it's more refreshing. You don't have to be so dramatic on changing up the writing, and you could just do like subtle changes and stuff and keep the theme really going in. The changes I would do for the mid 8 would do some changing of the writing and stuff. So that could be changing of the ARP speed and all that stuff. That's one way. You could change the writing by moving the notes, different gaps, more stabs, you know, maybe not so drawn out, just have them punchy and stabs. And then down here, the chords, you could write a different progression or just have them like super long, drawn out and dramatic and stuff like that. I feel like if the drops are super crazy, you kind of want like a real dramatic, like, in a way, like it feels like it slows down, even though it's the same timing. That way when it comes back to the drop, you're ready. You know, it's a good change. This mid 8, you just really want to refresh the ears, the people, whatever. Just refresh them, give them something different, and then that way you can come back in with the drop. And like I said, you don't have to be so dramatic on the writing. You really keep that first drop on the second drop. And I mean, a lot of the times if it's really catchy, that's good enough, you know, because that's what people want. It's not about taking the idea and flipping it as far as you can. It's about creating a great idea that is listenable over and over again, that you don't have to keep changing it to keep the people interested. So think about that. And this mid 8 really helps that. But again, you know, don't just duplicate it over. You could do little changes, like maybe if this goes, it goes down, maybe I go down, you know, just like subtle changes like that. Or I could speed up, so like down, whatever you need. But again, that way I'm not changing the writing, I'm just changing, you know, like the speeds and how those synths are used, and it keeps the same flow, just a little different, and keeps it fresh. And for the outro, I basically just copy this. And so you would start, you would listen to it and see what it really needs. It sounds plain, so maybe I will like reverb these synths out and have them more tail out into this part, so let the people know, okay, we're coming to an end, and then maybe even drag this out further, or just add one extra note. So that way, instead of the full loop, it's just like that one note. We'll put some reverb on it, and it'll just tail out to give them the ending. As you can tell, the song is short. I did that for a reason. One, to make this quicker for you guys, and to realize you really can get a bunch of parts in a full song in just over 2 minutes. You don't have to go for the 4 minutes to 5 minutes. I put this poll on Twitter, and 3 to 4 minutes won as like the most preferred time length. It was fans and producers, so that sums it up for you guys. Really, in between 2 and 4 minutes is where people want it. And hey, if your song's too short, what's the worst that could happen? They play it again. If it makes sense and it's like a 2-minute song, they're just gonna play it again and again. Now, if it sounds incomplete at 2 minutes, that's a different story. So make sure you are wrapping it up and making sure when it ends at 2 minutes, it sounds like it's ended and it's not needs to go on. So those are the changes and stuff like that. So what I am going to do is play this through and just review it, explain what I would do, add what you guys should look out for, take from, and I hope you guys learn from this dubstep series. So I just had like an impact and stuff to really fill this out. Maybe reverb the harps out. And then add a vocal. Same right here. So I would, again, impacts right here, probably reverb these synths out. I would change the arps, maybe the pad chords, and maybe add a different like lead or something just to give it a good fresh change up right here, and then back over into this. So yeah, like I was saying, I would change up the bass synths just a little bit, probably keep the same writing or keep the same synths, maybe just a little different writing, one or the other, to keep it similar but just a little bit different to keep it fresh. And then again, reverb probably the bass synths out into here, have them tail out. So as you guys see, it's in the red. So I'm going to use Ozone for the mastering. Just mimic what I'm doing. If you don't have Ozone, it's just basic things. But first I'm going to go -6 just to give me a little bit of head. Actually, probably like -9. That way it's not peaking at all. Now I have a little bit of headroom to start mastering. I'm going to put Ozone on. And to get things started, I use general clarity under signature presets. Okay, so now let's go through this, and I'm going to look at a spectrum. So I wanted this under 10 minutes, but you know, this is crucial to a song. So that's what we're dealing with. So a little high right there, maybe a little more down here, and that's where we're at. Now let's check out the compressor. Okay, so that's good enough for now. Let's go into the maximizer now and crank this bitch up. It's about to get, I don't know how many decibels, so turn your speakers down now. And for this, you just go as loud as you can without distorting your song. So listen, like, I'll show you what it sounds like when it sounds distorted. Alright, and last but not least, let's wrap this up quickly. I do a nice little stereo image. Now, there's many ways to do it. Every song's going to be different on the stereo image field. It just depends on how your song feels, what elements are in it. So yeah, a way to do this would to put a bunch of your favorite songs on here and drop this on there so you could see what they are and solo the bands, which I've done. So yeah, this is one way to stereo image a song. So that looks a little wide for the low one. Let's pull it in a bit. Alright, now the lower band, this is usually how I set it, give or take 100 right here. So you could go a little wider. Some songs I would pull that in. Now the next band I leave as is, maybe down to 8K, maybe 9K, but never past 10 really. I could open this up a little bit. It's not quite to 0. I would definitely not go past 0. And then for this one, I could crank it up even wider. quick master, obviously I'm in headphones and I'm not on the monitors I usually use, so just like I said, every song's different. You gotta figure out what sounds good to you guys. But I just wanted to show you guys how you could get like a quick master, and then you could go back in and start working on the song and have a general idea of what it's going to sound like at its fullest production. And then that way you could also bounce this out and start testing the song, and it's up there, you know, it's not all quiet and not ready for actually comparing with other songs. So I hope that this little series helped you guys out. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and watch all the other ones if you haven't watched them yet. This project will be in Dropbox, so collect all and save. So if you guys have Ozone, you could use that stuff and check that out. But that will be in Dropbox. I'm opening Dropbox right now, so it's loading up. You guys will have this project. Like I said, you could tweak this into your own song or strip whatever you want from this, or just learn from it. Whatever you want to do with this project, I hope it benefits you guys, and thanks for watching.
It goes like